Good afternoon, everybody. It's me again, Russell Mills. July 12th, 2017, Wednesday. I want to say hello to everybody. I want to say thank you for anybody that has viewed my videos, that has taken the time to listen to what I have to say. I don't always expect you to agree because, first and foremost, we're all different people. Obviously, our minds think differently. We're all raised differently. And that's a topic that I want to talk about us being raised differently and having different opinions. Like, yes, we all have different opinions, and we all have a right to think a certain way, which is fine. But my attitude is sometimes in society, I feel like we just think backwards. Listening is at a low, all-time low. People just don't want to listen anymore. When you try to raise your kids and you try to raise, just certain issues that's going on with them or others, adults, everybody just has this issue like, oh, I don't want to listen no more. Lack of respect, that's gone. People just don't want to, respect their elders anymore. People just don't want to respect anybody anymore, whether you're an elder or not. And it's a shame to me because, what happened to that? What happened to respect? What happened to honor, trust? What happened to all those core values in the human race that we're supposed to, have, when we get older? Nobody says that as we get older, we have to be more stubborn and more hard-headed and obnoxious and do whatever we want to do and act like we could just, say we're grown. It's like, I hear that all the time, that statement, I'm grown. My question is, what the hell does that mean? I'm grown. It means you could do whatever you want. You could say whatever you want. You can, act the fool according to how you want to act. Is that what you mean when you say you're grown? Because people feel like in this world that they're privileged because they're grown. When you grow up, you have to be responsible. First and foremost, you have to be responsible. You have to think. A lot of times outside of the box. A lot of us, we think inside of the box, and that's why some of us, like myself, have been caught in that box for many years, because we didn't take the time to actually think outside and take the time to have a plan and listen and respect what those people were saying instead of disregarding everything that was said. That's the only thing that's very frustrating today in society is when you try to talk to a grown-up individual, they always say the same thing. I'm grown. I don't need an ID. I'm grown. I don't need to listen to you. I'm grown. You don't have to parent me. I'm grown. I had parents. What does that mean? Does that mean that I can't give you advice? Does that mean that what I'm saying, you disregard everything that I'm saying, you don't care, and you don't respect me for who I am as a human being on this planet? Is that what you're telling me? Because we have so much of a backwards mentality today. It's like, for an example, we could talk about the spiritual side of the world. Talk about God. We could talk about, how good God is in our life, how blessed we are. We could talk about that and say, God is good, God is great, and it's a beautiful thing. But some people, we don't stress that enough. Some people would rather do some devilish shit and get praised for it. But if we talk about God, we talk about His blessings, what He could do for us. What do people like to say? Oh, stop with that holy roller shit. Stop with that holy roller shit. I don't want to hear all that. I don't want a holy roller. What the hell does that mean? Okay, I've heard a lot of white people say some shit like that. Oh, what did you do, holy roller? You know, people just don't like listening no more. Listening is just like out the window. And then you wonder why you don't have a good communication skills. You don't have good relationships with people. Because we always say the same thing. You know, I could do whatever I want. I'm grown. See, all type of people have to understand that if you're giving advice, listen, everybody, please. But see, we don't want to listen. We think listening is for the birds. And I think that's pathetic. I think that's sickening, you know what I mean? And I don't know where that disease comes from in our minds, where we think we could just say whatever we want to say, disregard people's words, disregard if someone even cares about you the right way. I've done it. I'm guilty of it. I'm not going to sit back and say, oh, no, I haven't been guilty of that. Of course I have. You know what I mean? But at the same time, sometimes you have to realize and understand certain things that's going on with you. So this is why I say we have to take the time to listen and do what we have to do. But how many of us want to take the time to really listen? You know, and help your fellow man the right way. See, I think if it's certain things that you can benefit from, then I think people will listen. You know, people don't want to hear shit about themselves. Sad to say that. They really don't. We all want to hear positive shit about ourselves. You know, we always want to hear, you know, this and that. But see, like I said, I made a video not that long ago. What's your definition of a friend? What does it mean to you, basically? Something of that matter. Some people might disagree and say, hey, if I'm giving you some alcohol, weed, or cigarettes, I'm a friend. I'm helping you out. I'm actually doing you a favor. I don't look at it that way. I don't think you're doing me a favor at all. You know what I mean? I think if someone's trying to give you some poison, that's really not good for you, because cigarettes have chemicals in them. It's like everything else. I think you're trying to poison me. But see, we're so stupid, deaf, dumb, and blind as a human race, and naive, you know, and brainwashed, you know, and thinking that, oh, you know, he's my friend. That's my neighbor. I could bum a cigarette from him, bum some weed, get some alcohol. Yeah, get drunk, act like a fool, not remember what happened the next day. How many of us in the world have done that? I haven't got drunk in my life. I might be one of the few people that don't drink, because number one, my mind is strong enough to say no. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I'm not. My mind is strong enough to say no to certain things. That's why I say I'm good. You know, that's why if someone offers me something, I'm good. In that nature. I'm good. I don't need any of that. For what? See, people, the problem I have with people is, let's say you have a family member that dies. And of course, no one loves to deal with death. People hate death. I hate it. Everybody hates it. It's hard to deal with. But here's the problem that people don't understand. If that person dies that you was close to, and you pick up a drink, or you smoke a cigarette, you smoke weed, how is that really helping you? That's my question. Yes, stress is a mother. I don't like it. I get stressed out. I worry just like everybody else at times. But then I also have to ask myself, why am I worrying? I have to question myself at times and say, why am I thinking this way? Where is this mindset coming from? So I have to ask this question to everybody. Where is that mindset coming from in your mind, saying that you need that to get you through that situation? I just don't understand it. Is it that you're weak, everybody? Is that your mind is that weak that you can't deal with the reality of that death, of losing that person? Is it easy? No. Is it hard to deal with? Yes. But at the same time, we have to take the time to deal. Inhale and pray and ask God to keep us strong. And that's the thing. Sometimes we're not strong as human beings. So we need a drink. We need some weed. We need a cigarette to keep us, quote unquote, happy. So we can deal with the problem. But are we really initially dealing with the problem, ladies and gentlemen? Or are we just procrastinating or prolonging the problem? It's still there the next day. So no matter how much you get high, drunk, smoke cigarettes, whatever, the problem's still there. See, some people just don't know how to deal with reality when it hits them right in the face. So the first thing we have to do is we have to pick up something, a vice that we really don't need. Whether it's eating too much, like I said, smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, drinking cigarettes, whatever, drinking anything just to drink it. You know what I mean? People just don't understand. God is always one phone call away. As much as we love texting our friends and our family members or our girlfriends, husbands, or wives, whatever, God is right there waiting for you. When you're happy, you should pray and thank Him every day. When you're sad, you should thank Him every single day. And take the time to give Him praise that He woke you up so you can change your attitude and your, you know what I mean, and your mindset. But how many of us, when we're stressed out that way, or something bad or something tragic happens, how many of us are taking the time to actually do that? How many of us are taking the time to actually say, you know what, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I don't need that in my life. How many of us are going to take the time? Because we don't think as a race sometimes. Sometimes we just overreact, and I've done it 150 times, and I'm sure I'm going to do it more. See, I could raise my hand and say I've overreacted on many situations that shouldn't have been basically. So I'm just going to say this, everybody, come on, let's come together. Let's think about our choices. Let's change our mindset a little bit more. Let's get our heads in the game. Let's start dealing with reality. Because a lot of us don't want to step up to the plate and try to see if we can hit a home run. A lot of us don't even want to get out of the dugout. Okay? Just to step forward to the plate. Okay, we have to learn how to have courage and take the time to just think a little bit better and and just have a better plan in your life. Because life is short. Blink of an eye, we're dead. That's it. After that, we're gone. So I just want to say this to everybody. Thank you for watching some of my videos. I'm going to try to keep bringing some more if I can. Hopefully I don't run out of ideas or stuff to speak about, but I spoke a lot so far. You know what I mean? So hopefully I can continue to do this. And if anybody wants to hit me up on my email, if anybody wants to, it's millsrussell@rockandmail.com. That's Yahoo. And I'm on Facebook, I believe, with Russell Mills out of Salem, Massachusetts, the state of Massachusetts. Salem, Massachusetts. Give me some ideas. Maybe we could come together. Maybe we can have a team, and we can unite and try to bring this, forces together. But everybody, I want you to have a blessed day. You take care. Bye.